Oh god. But as we get into our next series, I want to kind of spin things a little bit here. So
No,
we
don't you
have
dare. Don't you fucking dare.
we we have had the final Crew Please redeemed for today's tournament. And I believe that's why Eric and the Zerglor series was so fast. That was meant to be for Kuro, but now she's jumping in. And I don't think we've had the luxury of having Kuro and Darking cast together.
I mean, I'm not sure if we're going to still have it, but I mean, are we? Are we?
I'm waiting for Kuro to unmute.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
That almost sounds like a child song that I remember from my childhood, like a children's song. But yeah, sure. Okay, we'll do it. That is bound to finish in 5 minutes anyway. So
yeah, it's not gonna be long.
So yeah, like yourself. Excellent. Excellent. So welcome everyone to Lightshade LA, map number 1 in the first semifinals of Copa Hyperion. And spawning here, the Mexican Protoss player playing for Alpha X. It is Pacomike.
And in the bottom right corner of Lightshade LA, we have the Red Zerg player, the best Peruvian player, 100% clearly, because it's the Duckling player. It's Ryu.
I felt some bias coming from you from that announcement.
No, not at all.
It was just pretty objectively.
Isn't he literally the Llama Dorada?
Yes, he is. He actually won it. So until you guys decide to pay another one, yes, he is still the Llama.
He's the best Peruvian player. We settled that. We don't need another one, Kappa.
So yeah, Kuro, it's been a while since you casted since the Kuro Please was actually available. How are you feeling up?
I mean, I'm starting to feel my brain just fade away as it's getting later into the night. But I'm not gonna lie, I missed the Latin American events, and yeah, just the weekly events, because we've been so busy with like DreamHack and ANZ Champs and everything. And those are great tournaments. Like, I love the ANZ Champs cast. Like, honestly, I just miss this. I miss like the community style of the Latin America. So yeah, it's good to be back.
We are unique. We are unique among the world. Yeah, and what better way than a fucking PVC? Oh god. And yeah, and speaking of fucking PVC, Pacomike opening up with a Stargate, of course, because Protoss of course is going to open with a Stargate. The question is, how fast or how slow is Pacomike going to reach for the what's the name of the building that let you make carriers? Fleet Beacon. Thank you. Yeah, the Tocino.
Yeah. Watch him go Tempest.
I mean, Pacomike has tried in the past to go Tempest, and it did go very, very good for him. So I don't expect him to go. I mean, I will be very surprised, and it will be very fun to see him go Tempest. But yeah, he won't go Tempest. At least not early on. If this game goes long enough, probably. But yeah, and yeah, well, Pacomike has decided to start with an Oracle.
Yeah, something different for a change. It's not Void Race. It's not. I mean, I was gonna say straight to carriers, but that would be a bit much. It's an Oracle.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately,
Oracles are not very popular nowadays. I feel like you still see them, but they're not the main thing.
Yes. Now the Big Brother Void Ray has all the rage. Oh, Pacomike really wants to hide whatever he's doing next, because a lot of props falling to kill one Zerling. That's quite a lot of mining time.
Yeah, that was quite a reaction. Wait, why is that Oracle here?
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to make a small push. He's building a second Oracle, so 2 Oracles plus the Adept. That's quite a damage. Maybe trying to snipe one Queen, snipe a couple of drones. Who knows? But 2 Oracles are now on the map, and let's see what they can do.
Yeah, generally 2 Oracles are good for Haras, because it's easier to snipe units. Pretty sure 2 Oracles snipe drones like just one shot, so that should be useful.
Yeah,
There is
basically.
some attack on the third base of Paco. I think there are some Zerglings there. Yeah, a single one.
Yeah, just a Zerling scouting, seeing the timing of everything. Rio is pretty aware. Let's see. The oracles are coming in. How much damage they can do? 1 drone, 2 drones, 3 drones, 4 drones, 5. Okay, and 6. 6, and he head out. And everything survives. Nice jump by Pacomike.
And he recalls, so there's that. He shouldn't need recall anytime soon, so that's pretty good for Paco. But what is the next step of his plan?
I have no idea. I mean, he is not making any more void rays. He stopped making void rays and now going for a robo. So I'm guessing he's going to go into a more like standard gateway robo unit with probably what I'm looking for. The little ball of light that kills everything. That thing.
You mean
Look.
Disruptor?
Look, English is hard. You should know this.
The little ball that kills everything. Yes, let's call it that.
That's basically what it is. Nice engagement by Pacomike. The Zerlings were not ready. 2 queens fall down for basically free.
I was gonna say Sentry 2 at first.
The sentry is not
But
a
he said
little ball
ball
of
light.
2 things. The sentry is not a little ball of light, and 2 things. The sentry definitely does not kill anything, mate. It only tickles.
I don't know about that. Have you seen Mir go mass Sentry? I mean, Oracles are also a bow, and they kill everything.
Sure, okay. I could accept them. I could accept the oracles. But no, I was talking about disruptors.
Oh, Templar Archives on the way as well, and charge. Meanwhile, Ryu is going for roaches. Roaches with melee upgrade, so Roach Link, I guess.
Bro, I don't know. It's possible. It's kind of weird because he is investing in quite a number of roaches plus roach speed. So I would expect like +1 range attack, or yeah, maybe just Zerlings because he might need it later on.
He did put a Bailing Nest as Light is showing us. But I don't know. I honestly don't know how Linkbane will do against Charge Lords and Storm. Also, I don't know how Charge Lords will do against Storm. It's always fun.
Yeah, Storm going on for Pacomike. Something that I think we see less and less of Protoss these days. I feel though. Like everything is Stargate now, or maybe Robo and Disruptors, but Storm is like a nice refresh, and here we go. We have a little Archon drop by Pacomike. Unfortunately, there's a lot of roaches, so these 2 Archons are probably going to do nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the roaches are already prepared as they are waiting for their own chance, so they will be able to deal with these Archons pretty easily. Yeah. Huh. This is the front of Pacomike. Okay, sure.
Fun fact. Rio actually beat me in this tournament today.
Oh, that's
I was his first round opponent and he completely destroyed me. Like, it was not contest at all.
But did he cheese you, or did he play a macro game?
No, he played a macro game. Like, in both games, he just waiting for mutas and then kill me. Like,
nice.
Like, you know how when you play against a Grandmaster player, their units has like an attack bonus that your units doesn't have? That's basically what happened.
I just always get the flashback to that one time I played against Neeb, and as it was quiet for 10 minutes, and then I saw Void Race.
I need to be. That was a really nice storm. A lot of roaches there. Unfortunately, the roaches got split because of the small patting that sometimes the StarCraft 2 engine makes. But yeah, 180 supply for Rio, 150 for Pacomike. Rio, even though Rio already got the +1 range attack, about to finish for his roaches, and he's going for the +2 attack for melee. And now we see why he went for the melee attack. Bailing Spin is done.
Yeah. I mean,
nice knife.
But yeah, Bailings are decent dealing with like Charge Lords, which... Oh, hello, Bailing drops. But yeah, there are Zealots in his base, meanwhile.
Yeah, damage is happening around a lot. Ryu lost I believe one base that was constructed over there, while Pacomike is losing drones to Bailing drops, mate.
This is, as a Zerg player, this is so frustrating. He dropped the Banes, but there was one Banes too few, and just all these probes are so low on health, but they're alive.
I know, right?
No, Ryu, just roll something in there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the engagement in the middle of the map, Pacomike has quite a lot of Archons and quite a lot of Immortals, but this is a lot of Roach Ravager. Oh no, Serling's going to the base.
Yes, they will finish the job. There you go.
Yeah, finishing the job that the Belgians started, mate.
Yeah, there are
Meanwhile,
also a bunch of...
Pacomike busy
there's
with
also-
the engagement in the middle of the map. He's losing a lot of workers. This middle line is completely gone.
Yeah, one thing that Ryu has to be careful about here is that there's a lot of High Templars, and Storm is pretty effective against Lynx and Ravagers. So he has to be really careful how he engages this.
I mean, Ryu, all that he has to do is to keep Pacomike busy because he has Serlings all over the map. There's
Yeah.
now Serlings trying to attack the tier base. Yeah, if Ryu keeps this, he little by little he's just going to basically win by numbers now.
Yeah, and in the meantime, he's already preparing a lurker transition, so this is not his final word.
Berlins are ready,
And
they're
this-
trying to go in.
Yeah, this is a
They
pretty
do
nice
connect with the High
sandwich.
Templars. All the High Templars are gone and only Immortals remain and not many attack. Oh, this is a disaster for Pacomike.
Yeah, he's trying to counter-attack at the same time with a mass of charge lots. But will he be able to do the same amount of damage that Ryu did to him?
I'm gonna guess no. Ryu's production is pretty good, so eventually he should be able to clean this. But yeah, even so, the amount of damage that Ryu managed to do to the army of Pacomike was pretty good. He basically lost all of his expensive units. Like Zealots and Stalkers, sure, you can rebuild in an instant, but High Templars and Immortals, that's another thing.
Yeah, especially since High Templars have to build up the energy, so like it just takes time to get them as well. We got a burrow. Okay.
Lurkers
There's
are
no burrow
on the way
movement,
for
though.
Ryu. I mean,
Lurkers don't need burrow to work. Fun fact.
yeah, they don't. They burrow on their own, but yeah, Lurkers are on the way. And meanwhile, Pacomike, what is Pacomike doing? He's only just preparing +3 attack and basically nothing else. He's still just going for the Immortal Archon High Templar, like a very expensive army. And Pacomike loses one more fight. I think this game is going to be over.
But there is the signature fleet beacon from Pacomike, so he's gonna be trying to go for a transition to air if Ryu gives him enough time for that.
We'll see if he does. Meanwhile, Pacomike trying here to snipe more bases with his army. And again, he cancels this base.
The turn just stayed there. Just chilling. Yeah, that's a problem that Ryu has. Like, it's very hard for him to expand. Every time he tries, like, Pacomike comes and just snipes the base and loses the whole army with that, which is not ideal, but it's very hard for Ryu to expand.
Yeah, the fleet beacon finishes for Pacomike, and we see what he's planning to do. He's going for carriers.
I mean, yeah, how effective will carriers be when there are already Hydras? I guess Ryu has to be careful to not turn too many into lurkers then?
Yeah, it depends how many Hydras, how many carriers are there.
Yeah. Nidus! There's a Nidus in the main.
Ooh, Pacomike does not react. And meanwhile, losing workers and in this base as well. Pacomike is about to lose a lot of economy. Like this happen.
This is just lurker Nidus. He's gonna destroy the carriers before they're even out of the Stargates.
No, this is a disaster for Pacomike. He loses the carrier that he was building, and now he has a lot of lurkers in his base. Meanwhile, Pacomike sees that Ryu should not have very many units, and he was trying to attack into Ryu's base.
Yeah, but the Nidus network is right beside his base, so the lurkers come back, but they are stormed as they're walking out. So
not even Nidus got
this is
destroyed.
looking
No more
dicey.
Nidus.
Yeah, this
No
is
Nidus.
actually looking risky.
We're entering into a kinda funny base trade here.
Yeah. Yeah, if Ryu can clean up this army, it's pretty much a win for him, but can he?
We'll see. Rio with only 100 supply left. Meanwhile, Pacomike is 168. Pacomike has a lot more than Rio. Double the army supply, and everything is here destroying Rio's bases.
Yeah, actually, Pacomike saved a lot of his army in the natural as well.
And GG, Pacomike takes it.
See, that was 15 minutes. There you go. So thanks Darking for joining me. Thanks Light for observing, and I'll attempt to sleep soon. TM. Bye chat. Bye everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much, Kuro, for joining us. I hope the chat is happy. They finally get their points worth of group plays there in the game number 1 of that series that made. What a game.
Yeah, so
Hold up, I just want to give a quick note. Enki is asking who's Kuro.
Exclamation for Nada Enki in the chat.
Enki.
Nada Enki.
Bye.
Hold on. You have to I have to make sure I Funada him with all the accounts.
All the accounts. So Light, now that Kuro and I have casted our first official game together, congratulations, you're no longer needed. You may leave.
That's it, mate. That's it. Oh god. But yeah, shout out to Enki in the chat for showing up here. At the same time, Funada Enki in the chat for not knowing who Kuro is. Shaking my head.
I mean, should he?
Yeah. Everyone should know, mate.
I mean, if people keep asking for Kuro, please, maybe more people will know.
This is true.
Is there a limit of how many Kuro places can you redeem in one day?
Yes, 3. 3 is the limit, and 3 is what we have had. So we have reached that limit. No more Kuro please for today. Only 3.
Excellent. So yeah, mate, how did you like that game number 1? That was pretty crazy by both players, basically.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Honestly, it could have gone either way. Like, the Nidus into the main base was really huge by Ryu. Unfortunately, he didn't get his lurkers back home. If he did, he would have been able to defend, right? Maybe he should have focused on, killing the Stargates and then come back home. Maybe he was a little bit too greedy, leaving his lurkers across the map, because as you guys were pointing out, when that happened, Pacomike's like, hey, you just sent a lot of your supply across the map. Like, I'm just gonna go and kill you. Like, you can't stop me, mate, without those lurkers.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what happened. And it was even worse when Pacomike destroyed the Nidus network, so those lurkers couldn't return.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, welcome everyone. Game number 2 in a best of 3 series, in the first best of 3 semi-final series. Putting here the CranKy Duckling, the Peruvian CranKy Duckling, one of the Peruvians CranKy Duckling is Ryu.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Mexican Protoss. He is blue, representing Alpha X. It is Pacomike.
I want to give a shout out to White Ida, because I just noticed that he took 1 game out of Science.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I did notice that series was taking a little bit longer, and I was like, I mean, there's a lot of kind of hype for me anyway when it comes to that area of the bracket, because Zion's has been MIA for a long time. Like, he just hasn't been as active as he used to be, and for White Idra to take that down, for White Idra to take a game, that's amazing, that's beautiful. But yes, as a reminder, everyone, exclamation mark Funada Enki.
Pacomike, close the stream, please.
Close the stream. God damn it, Pacomike. Oh god. Henki's apologizing in the chat. He's like, oh, Kuro's the mama of the ducklings. Okay.
Basically, yeah. Without Kuro, the Ducklings won't exist.
It's true. It's very true. Oh my god. Nah, but we love you, Enki. We love you. For those wondering, for those who are in the chat and who are like, who the hell is Enki? Enki, he is a Spanish caster, one of the most consistent casters out there. He casts a lot of events, especially for Alpha X. Every now and then he casts Battle of the Americas, every now and then though. I would love it if he casts a little bit more, but I also know that he also is busy, for example, casting GSL in Spanish and things like that.
Yeah, shout out to Enki, who usually wakes up at like ungodly hours.
Yeah.
To go and bring us GSL in Spanish.
Yeah.
Shout out Enki. Please carry on.
Exactly. It does a lot. Does a lot for the Spanish community. Much love, much love. For those wondering why, especially because the Sun and a couple of the others were saying it, Enki, his nickname is El Hermoso. He's a very, very beautiful, handsome man. So yes, call him that.
Yes, he is. Again, coming back to this game, again, same in game number 1, Ryu just managed to sneak 2 Sterlings for free.
Yeah, exactly. Like the things, they just slip on in and it's got everything.
Someone tell Pacomike that walls need doors.
just wall, right? Like this is not a wall.
this is not a wall. This is just basically part of a wall. Like,
God damn it.
Like, the typical Mexican, you know, he's lazy and lifting half finished.
Wow. It's okay, you can say that because you're from Mexico. It's fine.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god. God damn it, Funada Pacomike. But the reason why this wall was delayed is just because he wanted to be greedy and get a faster Stargate. He was punished for his greed, and oh my god, he's doing it. He's going for a fast flea beacon.
Oh god, so I see Pacomike wants to end early today.
I thought you said it looks like Pacomike wants to go to game 3, mate. He wants to... Oh no.
Yeah. He's going for the fleet beacon. He's going for a second Stargate. He's probably going to carry us, right? Right?
Yeah. So I remember as well as you, there was like a 2-week period where he did try and go instead of Carrier's Tempest. And if you remember, even Jim Rising tried that as well when he was playing PvZ. And it never worked. Especially because Ryu was so good with his scouting. Just quickly checking his vision, Ryu did see the fleet beacon. He knows that carriers are on the way.
Yes, so the fleet beacon, he saw this second Stargate as well, so Ryu knows. So time to prepare, he's immediately going to lair, and we're probably going to see a quick spire.
Exactly. The lair is still on the way though. The first Void Rays are coming across the map, but there are plenty of queens to help deal with this. They will push away this initial Void Ray. Okay, so be careful not to take too much damage on that. Oh my god.
Hey, Ryu is really good at sending his overlords to scouts. Like I told Kuro that I played versus Ryu today in round number 1. Mate, I barely had a second Marine and there was already an Overlord going to my base, seeing everything that I made. And how can I defend this?
I love it from Ryu. Like, he prioritizes Pneumatize Carapace, Overlord speed, and he's so good at like going in for his initial scout, going in for his second scout. You were praising his slow lings earlier. Like, he's very good at like finding the information that he needs. But again, like, can he respond to it accordingly is the question, because the carriers are done, and I'm worried because Ryu, he's going straight into an infestation pit. He is not throwing down a Spire or a Hydroden.
That's pretty risky, mate. That's pretty risky, and Pacomike needs boss.
Oh,
He
did.
He's probably working La Tiendita as well or something. Actually, I don't know if Pacomike has a tienda or not. I do not remember, because more than once I have heard Pacomike say something about I need to close the store or to close the business, but I'm not sure what kind of business it is.
We need to find out. And then we can like have competing businesses with Shelby and Pacomike. Yes.
Yeah, man. In two sides of the continent, sure.
It's gonna be great. Are you a ref, by the way?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Ah.
Game resumed.
There we go. Are you not a ref?
I am. I just.
You just wanted to put all the blame on me.
No. Look, you're the typical admin of these events. I'm like, yo, you got this. I believed. And here come the carriers. Already the first Void Ray gets focused down by the Queens. And because there are only 2 carriers, I don't think there's enough DPS here to take down the Queens. Except one Queen does fall.
Yeah, one Queen does fall. There's still quite a few energy for Transfuse, and the carriers are forced to go back. They're losing a lot of interceptors.
Oh my god. I've never seen Ryu respond like this. As you said, it's so risky. He is going Infestors, not just Infestors, he is going Neural.
Sure, it, especially because Pacomike only made 4 carriers, and now he's going into Void Rays, mate.
Yeah, I think he's kind of mind gaming his opponent. We do have another Overseer out here for Ryu. He needs to go in for a second scout. He did already see he sees more gateways being thrown down. Like, committing this hard to Infestors is great if it's a mass carrier, right? Just take control of the carriers. But as you said, like, Pacomike, he only has 4.
Yeah, he only has 4. He has Void Rays on the way. Now he has a lot of gateways. He's going to transition into a more land-based army. And did Ryu see it? I didn't know if Ryu saw anything.
He did. He saw all the tech in the main base, so he's aware. That's why we have roaches on the way, so he's gonna go Roach, Queen, Infestor. An interesting composition. We'll see how it works here.
Yeah, carries going in, seeing what damage they can do. The answer is not much, because those Queens are very good at healing. Finally, one Queen goes down. Oh, he goes for the Roach Warren.
Ooh, interesting choice. It looks like the Roach Warren is gonna go down. There's not enough energy for chance. What? Paco, please! Right click! Okay, there we go.
He's going for it. No more roaches. Ryu was ready. He's already building a second Roach Warren somewhere. So roaches will be had. But meanwhile, these guys are starting to do some damage, mate. The Queens are starting to lose energy, and oh, nice. The Infestors arrive, and Neural Parasite is here.
Yeah, exactly. Just in time. Neural is used, and with that, one of the carriers does go down. But there's not enough Queens! No.
All the Queens died, mate. There's no more Queens. And like, what can you do with only Neural Parasite? Not that lot.
Oh god, he just barely takes out one of the carriers. It looks like he has enough energy for one more Neural. There we go. Oh god, just barely he holds, but at the same time, the Zealots come in and there are not enough roaches.
Yeah, not enough roaches. The Zealots go for the hatchery directly for the throat.
Oh my god, and the hatchery will go down. And roaches finally pop out for Ryu, but it is a little bit too late here as the hatchery did end up falling. And now here come Void Rays. This is the problem. Where's the anti-air? It's nowhere, mate. It's nowhere. It's
Who needs anti-air? You just need to A-move into your opponent's base and win. Which is exactly what Ryu is trying to do. I don't think it's going to work. There's Archons here, there's Cannons here, there's Pylons here for more warps in, so yeah, mate, this is really hard for Ryu. Even though Ryu has more supply, the like quality of the supply, I don't think is very good.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. He's making Queens. Hydra then just finished, so finally he can produce some Hydras. As you were saying, like, again, he has a decent work account. He needs another base up and running pretty soon. Even though things were looking pretty disastrous, Ryu, he's kind of stabilizing.
Yeah, he is Lurker there on the way. So we're going to, or at least Ryu is going to try to enter into a more stable game like we saw in game number 1. Meanwhile, what's this? Pacomike going cheeky with a Void Ray and a carrier like harassment.
Oh,
he's going
God.
directly for the hive.
He's gonna get it. Void Rays are too good. One Void Ray goes down. How good are the transfuses? Not good enough. The base
falls. They were not
falls.
transfuses at all, and mate, it is gone.
Yeah. At this point, I feel like Ryu is all in. To be fair, Ryu has a massive supply lead right now. Can he do it? A lot of it will come down to these investors as well, like whether he goes for these fungals or neural parasites. Hopefully he does try and fungal. Again, he has to try and deal with these zealots.
Yeah, Zealots are going to be dealt with. There's a lot of DPS coming from these Hydras, but meanwhile, there's another run by of Zealots in the 4th base of Ryu. 22 drones died live.
Ryu dropping massively in that worker count, but here comes the army. There we go. There are the neurals. He does take control of the void race. He's trying to focus down the carriers.
Yeah, carriers are being focused on. One carrier goes down. There's still one left, and mate, this is. I think Pacomike is going to hold just barely.
Just barely. This one carrier doesn't have any more interceptors. Go, keep going. Ryu, he decides to back off, regroup his army, and then go for the next blow. And Pacomike is running out of resources. He's running out of units, just period. There's nothing left.
This poor carrier.
Yeah. Oh god, it looks like it'll just barely escape. Meanwhile, those zealots actually chased down the infestors, so all the infestors went down, but he doesn't have anything to do with the hydras.
Yeah, there's too many hydras. Unfortunately, there's not that many gateways for Pacomike. He cannot reinforce fast enough. Yeah, man, these hydras are going to just destroy everything that Pacomike has. I think we are going to gain number 3 light. Yeah,
that was so close, by the way. Like I think Ryu almost threw going for those infestors early on. Like that was a crazy decision, by the way. And he was almost punished for it, but in the end, I guess it worked.
Yeah, it works, and Pacomike says GG, and he pauses, and we're going to game number 3, mate.
GG. Wait, Infestor Queen, mate. What a madman. Yeah. Oh my god. What are your thoughts on that, by the way? What are your thoughts on Ryu's response to what Pacomike was doing?
It was a very risky response. Like Pacomike only went for 2 void rays after the initial 2 that he made after the carriers. And then he switched to zealots. If Pacomike would have gone for more void rays, going for a more heavier army, Ryu would have died.
Yeah,
Ryu would have died 100%. But
yeah,
Pacomike switch, and it was just slow enough for the switch that it gave Ryu time to accommodate and survive.
Yeah. Ryu was on the verge of dying, of being broken by Pacomike, but as you said, like there was a bit of a lull there where Pacomike kind of like let the pressure off of Ryu, you know, and Ryu was able to just barely use that time to rebuild his army, get hydras out. That hydraless den was so key there that he was able to do that amidst all the chaos. And yeah, it was very chaotic, very back and forth. As we were pointing out, like there were zealots in all the bases killing workers. The lair was sniped earlier as well. Like it could have gone either way. And yeah, wow, GG. We're going to that ace match.
To the ace match. I will ask you who do you want to win, but I know who do you want to win. So, instead I will ask you, how do you want them to win?
That's a good question. It feels after game number 2, like in general, I favor Ryu against Skytos. He has a lot of practice against it. And he just won on Romanticide, which is probably the most like favorite Skytos map out there. But we're on Jagannatha. and based off of what we just saw, it looks like Ryu is like looking to try different things. You know, maybe he's using this series and this tournament a little bit for practice, right? Like, you know, I've been trying a couple of things here or there. We'll see how it works against Pacomike. I'm not 100% confident though. Like I want Ryu to win, but I it's like 50-50 in my mind.
What the hell?
What's up?
I'm looking at Twitter, and I'm looking at Vortex Twitter.
Oh no!
And he has a strange dish that I do not recognize.
Oh no!
It looks like bread.
Oh yeah.
But do you know what those are?
Yeah. Isn't that Bio? Is it Pionono? Yeah, Pionono.
I have no idea what a pionono is, mate.
What? Pionono,
Look,
man.
I'm Mexican, not Peruvian. We don't have those kind of things here.
What are you on about, man? Hold on, I'll link it to you. Pionono, man. That's what that is. Pionono describes a sweet or savory pastry from Granada, Spain, the Caribbean, South America, and the Philippines.
See, not Mexico.
True. Yeah, surprisingly true.
So it's a type of bread, of like sweet cake or something.
Yes. It's a sweet cake, and typically, in the middle of it, in that because it's like a spiral, there's like caramel in it.
Oh wow, that's very sweet then.
Yeah. Like the bread itself isn't too sweet; it's a little bit sweet, but yeah, it's the caramel that makes it good.
Wow, what a strange dish. Yeah, we don't have this in Mexico. I never seen that in my life.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up in the chat. Ooh, Anki is offering a clan war. Okay. We'll think about it.
Look, bet some money on it, and then we can talk.
Alpha X versus the CranKy Ducklings. I mean,
Alpha X LatAm.
I'm trying to think, because obviously they have Pacomike. Pacomike's a great player. He's great. But who else is on Alpha X LatAm?
I mean, technically, Dastan and Darkness. Technically. Let's see, who is on Alpha X? Guti, I think Guti Ecuador is on Alpha X, I think. No, I think he's in Unidos por el Vicio, so no, he's not. Who's left in Alpha X LatAm? Enki, please tell us, who do you have?
Yeah, I'm checking, because a lot of these players aren't active anymore. Like, Dark Unnamed, I haven't seen him in a year. Dastan and Darkness aren't focusing on StarCraft anymore. Mood is probably one of the more active players. But at the same time, I guess we could just do it against Alpha X in general, right? Like go up against like Pacomike and like Vindicta and stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, something to think about.
Future show match. You heard it here first. Pacomike has returned. Pacomike has returned, and the countdown has begun.
All right, here we go. Diving into the ace match, mate. This is it. The final game. Who's gonna take it, mate?
Not deterrent, which makes me sad.
Mate, it's Copa Hyperion. There's no Terrans here, mate. What are you on about?
I know. Welcome everyone.
Shelby fell down to James Baxter, mate. James Baxter.
Wait, what's wrong with James Baxter?
Oh god, take it away, mate.
No, you can take it. This is your guy. You can take it.
All right, let's go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the CranKy Duckling himself, the Red Zerg player, the best in all of Peru. Take that, Chaos Fate. It is Ryu.
And spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, the blue Protoss player playing for Alpha X from Mexico, from Tamaulipas. This is Pacomike.
Oh.
I actually do not know in what city Pacomike is. I only know the state.
Is the state to the north, or?
Yes, it is actually the state to the east of where I am.
Ah, okay.
and it has beaches. I've been to the beaches of Tampico a couple of times.
I misheard that word. I was like, what? Okay.
Look, like this is your own subconscious talking to you, okay? This is not me.
Oh god. But yeah, that's cool. There are beaches there.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the beach, by the way?
I do not.
I'm
not a beach guy or a pool guy or things like that. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
This is why I was born in a state with no sea.
This is why I was born in the desert, mate.
Close. Almost the desert. Almost this. Speaking of being close, mate, this pylon is closer to Rio's base than others. And yeah, Pacomike is going a little cheeky. He's going for a proxy Stargate. I guess Pacomike just went crazy and didn't want to deal with the overlords of Rio anymore scouting his base. So he's like, I'm not going to build in my base. Problem solved.
We'll see if that's a problem solved. We do have 2 links coming across the map. Ryu should get into the main base because there's no wall. If he gets past this adept, yeah, exactly. And like, because there's no wall and there's only 1 pylon, he's gonna know 100% that there's a proxy out on the map.
There we go, mate. 2 free settlings again, entering Pacomike's base, seeing what there is, and more importantly, what there isn't.
Exactly. Oh boy. So with that, he is aware. Meanwhile, there is no depth across the map. Oh my god, actually gets boxed in with these spores.
Yeah, he only kills 1 drone. Only 1 drone for that adept. That was definitely not worth it. I think that was more a mistake. I think Pacomike didn't cancel the shade on time. Meanwhile, this Erling, he's going to finally found the Stargate.
Yeah, but a little bit too late because the first Oracle is already out. He's diving in, but the Queens get here just in time. Oh,
and the spore. Oh god.
The spore just finished, but the spore is not done here in the natural. The Oracle does dive in. Some of these drones are going to be focused down, so at least Pacomike is able to get some damage with this.
Yeah, that poor little Oracle did nothing. Did basically nothing. He killed 2 drones, which is something. This target has been on power, so no more units are going to come out of there. Yeah, only 2 Oracles.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully the second one came out. It was so close.
It was very close.
It almost didn't come out there. So thankfully it did. And yeah, with that means no more Stargate production, so no more Void Rays or no Void Rays period. Ryu will have to dive in again for another scout, and the Overlord is on the way. There we go. Pneumatized Carapace just kicking in to dive into the main. And now he's going to see everything. He's going to see the Twilight.
He's going to see everything, like Pacomike's soul is revealed to Ryu. I'm interested how it goes this game for Pacomike, because unlike the previous 2 games, Pacomike no longer has a Stargate, mate. No more units are going to be created this game. So he's going to rely on a more like classic Robo Gateway composition without any more units.
Yeah, exactly. And now Ryu, he doesn't have to concern himself with anti-air. He does, but now both Oracles have been killed. They did get 8 workers, so that's great. But ideally you keep at least 1 Oracle alive to use Revelation, to scout and have eyes on the map. So now Pacomike is in the dark, and Ryu, he's going to be free to do whatever he wants, whether he wants to commit to Roaches or go into Hydras. Oh my god.
Yeah. Zerlings enter the base of Pacomike. A lot of drones props are starting to fall. 3 so far, and a lot of mine time loss because he pulled the workers. Plus, he sees everything again. Mate, seriously, Pacomike needs a door.
Install a door, mate. That's all you need. God damn it.
I want Blizzard to actually put a door to Protoss in the game just for Pacomike. I mean, only Pacomike can make it.
We need the Pacomike patch. That's what we need.
Yeah, finally,
God.
finally the links got dealt with, and yeah, 56 workers for Pacomike, 60 for Ryu. Ryu definitely ahead, and with now 4 hatcheries, Ryu is going to be looking to just ramp up the economy and keep a better army than what Pacomike is trying to do. Pacomike is done with charge. He has already almost done with charge, and he has already a war prism. Filled with 2 immortals, yeah, 2 archons, 2 archons. Okay.
Yeah. These Archons are done. We even have a 3rd Archon on the way because why the hell not? And a decent amount of gateways are done as well. What does Ryu have as a response to these charge lots? Right now, he's just coming to roaches. He didn't decide to go for any kind of higher tech, no hydrogen, no spire or anything like that. Just straight up roaches to deal with this. And honestly, roaches and ravagers are kind of all you need. He does scout the army. And he actually dives in just before charge finishes. Charge is now done.
Charge is now done. Roach piece is also done. But let's see. I think Ryu should have more than enough roaches. Meanwhile, more Zerlings enter Pacomike's base, and yeah, this is more than enough roaches to deal with what Pacomike has.
Yeah, exactly. I was expecting another wave of zealots, to be honest, but instead the roaches pounce on forward. Some of these Archons almost go down.
And Erika is forced to be used. And behind this, Ryu is going for 16 more drones. He knows he's safe, so there's no need for more units, and he's just going full economy now.
Wow. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of drones. And I'm honestly surprised that Ryu hasn't decided to go into anything else. So far, it looks just like Roach, Ravager, Ling Bane. No lurkers, no hydras, no like Muta Switch or anything like that. And to be fair, this can definitely work. But it's a little bit scary because like if Pacomike does get into a higher Archon count and like a higher Storm count, like it can be scary to deal with.
It could, but let's see how good it is, because mate, that Ryu with a 165 supply, Pacomike less than 120. Yeah. They're both going for drops, one for Archons. Meanwhile, Ryu is going for the Baneling drop, I think. Or is that's Roaches? That's Roaches, okay. A roach drops into the main base, and there's nothing for Pacomike to defend.
Exactly, like unlike Pacomike, Ryu has plenty of overlords here, so he did scout the War Prism, he is responding to it. Meanwhile, the roaches do get into the main base, and as you said, there's nothing here.
A few Zealots are warping to deal with the roaches, but not enough Zealots. The Zealots are going to go down, and meanwhile, more roaches going to attack Pacomike's 4th base, and again, the army is out of position.
Oh, forces a cancel on the 4th base. Pacomike stuck on 3 bases. Not just that. Okay. Storm just finished just in time to deal with the roaches.
Yeah, just in time. This is a lot of army for Pacomike gathered in one place. I don't think Ryu can break it yet. But with the damage made that he has done in the main base and the cancel of the forts, it's totally worth it.
Definitely. Like again, Ryu just kind of containing his opponents here, waiting for his upgrades to kick in, and once they do, Ryu can push out across the map once he is maxed out, and honestly, he's not too far away. To be fair, a lot of it will still come down to the storms. Something that I would love from Pacomike, and I'm shocked he doesn't have it. Sentries, mate. Sure, there are Ravagers, but force the Ravagers to buy the force fields, you know?
No, mate, too expensive. Too much gas. Look how many immortals and high temples he already has. Do you think he has any gas left for sentries, mate?
Find the gas, mate. To be fair, like, I mean, he would love the gas at his 4th base, right? And he just can't get it up and running, unfortunately. Meanwhile, here comes Ryu. Oh, some of the plows do connect, and at the same time, the drop comes back in.
Yeah, the drops come back. He kills 6 workers already, and he's going to be dealt with, I think, eventually, but he has already done a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Pacomike's army is slowly pushing into Ryu's territory. Now, important thing, Ryu has Banelings, and Baneling spin is done. If he's not careful, he may lose all these high Templars.
Yeah, exactly. We have even more Banelings being morphed in. Meanwhile, here we go. Pacomike is pushing on forward. Decent storm on the Ravagers. Eventually, everything was cleaned up. Now, Pacomike, all he has to do is focus on the attack. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a War Prism. He cannot reinforce here across the map. He has to warp in at home.
Here comes Rio's army.
Gotta
The High
with the
Templars. The High
stars.
Templars. Nice turns on the Banelings. No Banelings connect with the High Templars yet.
Ooh,
Those was some nice storms. Everything from Rio turns to dust.
Jesus Christ. It takes a good amount of storms to kill roaches, but we saw that then and there, mate. Almost all the roaches get evaporated, mate.
Yeah, all the roaches, all the Banelings. Rio needs the rest of the army. Meanwhile, a good run by Serlings by Pacomike. Again, the before base completely useless.
Yeah, Pacomike, he just can't get a fourth base up and running. Like, he finally has it, but immediately the mineral line goes down. We have Lings here in the bases as well. Ryu just being so on top of this harass.
16 workers went down. Full base of props disappeared in an instant.
Ay.
Breathe, like, breathe.
I mean, what's scary is that earlier, what was terrifying about Pacomike is the amount of storms that he had. Right now, he just warped in these High Templar. They don't have that much energy. They're going to have like one storm each here, so maybe Ryu has an opportunity.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. Meanwhile, another batch of roaches attacking the fourth base of Pacomike again. 9 more workers are being lost. I mean, Pacomike has a scary army, but he's starting to lose the economy behind it, mate. So 1 or 2 bad fights for Pacomike, and he won't have enough to rebuild.
Exactly. And Ryu, he wants to trade as best he can because he does have the economy, right? He can just continue to rebuild. More Lings are on the way. He wants to fight. Meanwhile, Pacomike, he's kind of dancing with death here, just poking in a little bit here and there, but he hasn't really been able to pull the trigger.
Will he be able to? Here comes Pacomike. Or he tries to come Pacomike. Serlings are trying to run by. Yeah, they're only going run by. More harassment that is going to do. The Banelings go and crash all over the Immortals and the High Templars. All the High Templars died, mate.
Man. Every single High Templar died. At the same time, there is a bit of a run by, but we have plenty of stack defense, plenty of queens here to defend. At the same time, Lings actually catch an Immortal.
And yeah, mate, this is starting to go out of control for Pacomike. He's starting to lose very expensive units that you do not want to lose as a Protoss player.
Yeah, exactly. It all comes down to this fight. To be fair, like Pacomike, he has a big enough army to push Ryu away for now, but it's one of those things that you were talking about, how like every single time Ryu, he trades, he kills workers, he kills High Templar, he kills army, and he just remaxes. Like Ryu's perpetually at 200 supply, and Pacomike, he's struggling to keep up.
Oh, is he going to sandwich his army?
Oh my god.
Pacomike got cut off position. Oh, he almost got cut off position. Unfortunately, the Banelings were not ready to crash on the other side.
Yeah, the Banelings only just now morphing in.
Yeah, by the way, behind all this that was happening, and also these Banelings roaches drops that are going on again, Ryu is going for double Spire.
I love it, mate. I was waiting for some kind of tech transition. We finally have it. Spire is on the way, I imagine, for Mutas, but we'll see if he gets a greater Spire. At the same time, Warprism gets in, but no, the Warprism is being focused down.
Pacomike does not react and he loses it.
He was too distracted. There were roaches. There was chaos happening in the main base and the third base. And Pacomike, he's falling apart, mate. Here comes the main army of Ryu. Again, looking to try and sandwich the army or just catch it.
Oh god, Banelings over the speeding zone, and a lot of Banelings crash into the army of Pacomike. Good storms though.
Every single time, storms coming in clutch there for Pacomike. He always has some High Templar in the back line, and that's really keeping him in this game.
Yeah, he's keeping it in his game, but how long, mate? He has 4 bases. He now finally has the 4th base up and running, and eventually, mate, he's going to need a feed because he's going to run out of minerals soon.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Well, I mean, it's one of those things where thankfully he does have another base, but at this stage of the game, he needs another. He needs to keep going, you know? He can't just stop at 4 bases. Meanwhile, Pacomike's pushing out, forced to use a couple of storms here. I'm just waiting for the transition at some point. Like, again, the Spires are done, +1 fire attack is about to finish up. I'm sure Ryu, he's waiting to drop a little bit in supply and then go into those, maybe Mutas. I still don't know 100%.
Probably Mutas, maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Broodlords.
Maybe. Right, here we go. Pacomike pushing deep into creep here.
Yeah, this is not good for Pacomike. He's going to get surrounded. All the Banelings crash into Pacomike's army. Mate, but the army of Ryu all collapses.
Oh yeah, exactly. Ryu does trade relatively well, but it takes a while to remax, right? And now his base is a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah, and all these units, mate, there are not very many units, but they are very powerful, mate. +3 attack on all these Immortals and all these Archons.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, we do have another Roach drop here. Ooh, Ryu is trying to push in, but he does end up losing that base.
Nice Baneling connection. All the Celos die instantly. But yeah, Ryu needs to be careful. 73 army supply for Pacomike, 82 for Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
But that 73 army supply for Pacomike is a pretty strong army supply.
Yeah. Like, this is why I kind of... Even though I liked that he teched up, I kind of preferred it if Ryu had gone for something like Lurkers instead of Spires. Like, Lurkers, especially against a ground-based army, would do so well in this position. We see, actually, he's going for Infestors.
I mean, sure, of course. After you go for +1/+1 air attack, you go for Infestors, right?
That's how it works, you know? Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, Infestors, they can fungal.
There we go, mate. Another Parasite.
What?
Look. Pacomike has a lot of big, chunky units. You need to neuroparasite those big, chunky units, and that's how you win.
Yeah, you know what? Like, sure, Pacomike has a lot of High Templar for Storm, but what if it's your High Templar and you have Storm? Right?
Oh, mate, who needs High Templar? You have like 7 Immortals over there, mate.
Very true. So I guess that's what Ryu wants to go for. We do not have Pathogen Glands, so even after these Infestors come out, it's going to take a while for them to bank up that energy. Oh, that's a lot of Infestors.
Yeah, that's a lot of Infestors. We have currently 7 Infestors in the map. 7 Infestors and 7 more that are being built like.
It's like the Infestor, like the unit of the week for Ryu. Like, he's been playing around a lot with them today, and I'm not convinced, mate. I'm really not convinced.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. Oh, nice fungal growth all over the army of Ryu. Of Pacomike, but I'm not sure if it's going to be just a fungal. It's going to be enough. The other parasite is not ready.
It's not ready, mate. The roaches are just barely coming out, but the Ravage count was essentially reset. The base here will fall, and here comes Pacomike. Finally, the Neurals finish.
Yeah, Neurals finish, but mate, he's losing all the Infestors.
Oh god, this is so close. It looks like Ryu just barely can clean up this army, but at the same time, he lost an entire base. Not just the base, the Infestation Pit.
Look, it's okay. Infestors, you only need to make them once, right?
Just don't lose your Infestors, forehead. Just don't lose them. Just
Yeah. Meanwhile, like on the other side of the map, Pacomike going for the 5th base, who again is denied. He's going to be 100% denied by Ryu. 5 worker skills and nice burrow, mate. Burrow for rushes, and there's no detection. The cannons are not in range.
They are not in range, at least not from all these roaches, so Ryu can harass at any moment here against what Pacomike has. What's important to point it out is that Pacomike, his immortal count was reset. He has to start from scratch, and now he only has 2 immortals. Like, a solid Roach Ravager Remax can do a lot here, and at the same time... Oh.
Are you bailing run by 14 drones killed? Mate, Pacomike only has 36 prop left.
Yeah. He's running out of money. He still has a scary army with all those storms, but other than that, like, he doesn't have much.
Yeah, now each unit is very important for Pacomike. He cannot lose even a single zealot.
Oh, exactly. We'll see how this army does engage here. Ooh, one storm doesn't connect. It does miss as the high tempo was neural.
Yeah, Neural Parasite in the high temper, but Pacomike is not daunted. He's going in.
Yeah,
he knows his army is stronger head to head, and here we go, mate. Storms all over the place. There's a couple of Neural Parasite on an Immortal and Darkon, but I'm not sure he's going to be enough.
Yeah, exactly. The storm is black and everything, and it looks like everything will go down here for Ryu. GG gets called, and Pacomike takes the series.
I cannot believe Pacomike won that game while having 30 less supply than Ryu.
That's Protoss, man. Oh god, GG, well played. Like Ryu, he's a great player, but Pacomike is one as well. Pacomike is the best Protoss in Latin America, so Ryu does fall in the end. But what I will say is that it also looked like Ryu was trying out something different there, because he was playing a lot with Infestors, trying to see how good they would be in that situation. Not that great, to be honest. Just some decision-making mistakes there, I feel. Like you were pointing it out, he invested into 2 Spires. He never used them. Not just 2 Spires, but 1/1 upgrade for Flyers as well.
He wanted that achievement, research everything in one match.
I guess.
Yes, but like, congratulations to Pacomike. He advances to the finals, and as we leave that matchup, like, we have the other semifinals ready.
Oh yeah, that we do, as I just tried to quickly set everything up here. One Duckling falls, but we have another to potentially take his place here and try and make the Ducklings proud. We are going to be getting into... Oh? ZvZ? Maybe?
I mean, sure, why not? Of course it's going to be a CVC. Like, what did you expect?
I need some confirmation here from the players. We'll see. Is Jim back? Is the Zerg? Is El Rancio? Is he returning?
Look, I'm going to be honest. For people who don't know, we are about to start Jim Rising versus Eric, okay? The second semifinals, Jim Rising playing Zerg at the moment in the lobby. But yeah, Jim is going to play Zerg. I was gonna say, in the last month or so, I think Jim Protoss is no longer good enough to play versus the best in Latin America. I've noticed that we have to play seriously good players. He goes for his main race, even though he hates it.
Yeah. I've noticed that a little bit as well. Obviously, I haven't been able to cast the Latin American weeklies in the past couple of weeks, so I don't really know what his trend has been, but honestly it's good to see. It's good to see him switch back here. It makes sense, right? DreamHack Full was just announced, the qualifiers, they're just around the corner, and Jim Rising, even though he likes to meme that he is now a streamer and he's not a player anymore, he's still very good at the game, and I'm sure he wants to practice and prepare for DreamHack.
Yes, look, mate. If that avoids another PVC, I'm all for it.